Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel T-Spot. In this video, a new Sanditon episode. PBS premiered the third season last night. Again, there were a variety of storylines in this episode, all of which were interesting and exciting to follow. Naturally, the storyline about Charlotte and Alexander, with us breathlessly anticipating what will transpire between them, is the one that grips us the most. Let's say that episode 2 delivered on that front. The episode opened with Charlotte perusing Ralph's letter. Clearly, he's gotten back to Willingdon to deal with work, while Charlotte stayed in Sanditon to help Georgiana. But her friend couldn't find a lawyer to help her, so while they were talking about it in a restaurant, Alexander heard what they were saying and decided to handle the situation himself. We saw him leave for London, forgetting that he had planned a date with Lydia Montrose. In London, he met his brother Samuel, who he immediately brought to Sanditon to show Georgiana as a lawyer. In contrast to his brother Alexander, who broods for sport, Samuel was charming and witty. We weren't able to figure out why the brothers hadn't seen each other in nearly 10 years, but we probably will in the subsequent episodes. Alexander and Charlotte were left alone for a while Georgiana and Samuel were getting ready for the trial. They talked about their trips to Willington and Bath, and when Alexander found out that Ralph was a farmer, he even asked where Charlotte's fiance was. "Oh, just like me," he said. "Nothing like you," Charlotte said with a grin. I'll bet this remark appears to be blameless from the get-go. When you take a gander at it intently, it's obvious that it was the re-emerging of Charlotte's genuine inclinations toward Ralph. In the last episode, the crowd discovered that Ralph isn't a man of culture. He was friendly and helpful, but that was all. Naturally, Alexander is not like him, and Charlotte is well aware of this. Fortunately, Charlotte and Alexander had another interaction that made us feel something. Arthur performed at the recital. As the singer performed a beautiful love song for all the women going through heartbreak, the two ended up sitting next to each other. Alexander and Charlotte's anxiety was evident. They were desperate to touch each other, but when they couldn't control themselves, they ended up touching hands. When the song ended, they stopped right away, but it was nice to see that they were still passionate about each other. To be honest, we are unaware of Charlotte's prey. She chose to remain in Sanditon rather than accompany Ralph back to Willingdon. She will marry Ralph if she goes there, but she is trying to avoid that by using Georgiana as an excuse. In an ideal world, Georgiana wouldn't allow Charlotte to postpone her wedding because she is certain to have Mary, Arthur, and Tom as her backers. Charlotte must determine why she is staying in Sanditon rather than returning to her village to be with the man she will marry, Lady Susan pointed out. Samuel, Alexander's brother, noticed Alexander's feelings for Charlotte as well while they were chatting at the house before the recital. Samuel mentioned a young woman and mentioned how she should be very important for Alexander to visit London and seek Samuel's assistance. Samuel was referring to Georgiana in the first place, but Alexander said that Miss Charlotte was just a former employee. Samuel quickly realized how much Alexander loved Charlotte, and at the episode's conclusion, we got to see him talking to Lady Susan. Therefore, it's possible that their friendship will prove to be so beneficial to the young couple we've all been rooting for. Since everything about Charlotte and Alexander was so important, we hope that they work together to solve the problem in episode 2. We anticipate more Hayburn content in subsequent episodes. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon.